What's good, YouTube? It's your boy aka Artie Trades, and welcome back yet again to another video. This video ain't gonna be edited for real. It's really gonna be an educational video, and today we're gonna be going over fair value gaps. What is a fair value gap? How to spot one. So let's get straight into it. We're not going to be hopping on the charts today. I got you. This is not your traditional. We're gonna pull up the charts. I'm gonna be drawing on the screen. You guys gonna watch me do that. No, we're taking it old school. We finna use pen and paper so you guys can actually see hands-on experience on what it is, so you can actually identify it. Because it ain't gonna really help you if I'm just drawing it on the chart and you're looking at a chart, looking at candles on top of me drawing. It's just gonna confuse you. You ain't gonna know what you're looking at. Now, if you want to see it in the market, then you can take the time after this video and go back test for yourself. So you shouldn't be looking for me to show you what a fair value gap is in the market. After I teach you what it is, you should go out and go look for it yourself. So let's get straight into it. We got our paper right here for reference, right? Perfect. Fair value gap, bang. I know this video is kind of like old school. Just bear with me. I know it's old school. So let's say you have a rally and we're chopping, and then we have a rally. Let's say market looks something like this. I don't know if you can see this, but let's say market looks something like this, right? Where you have the market rallying, you see some consolidation, and then we have a push higher, right? Right? So now you see it in lines. Let's break it down in candlesticks. So a fair value gap is when you have chop in the market this is what you consider chop, where we're not breaking a high or a low. This is considered chop, right? If we have chop in the market, the way to identify a fair value gap is if you see a candle break out of the range that is currently trapped inside. And when I say range, this top line and this bottom line is considered a range because that's where price is staying within. So in order for a fair value gap to be formed, we would need to see price do something like this. We would need to see price do something like this and break up past the zone and create space and create this space in between the zone and where it wants to go, right? Now let's proceed. A fair value gap can go in both directions. So let's just take this, and I'm not going to draw it to confuse you. Let's just take this and literally flip it upside down. Literally, you have consolidation inside. Price didn't break out the range, and how do you identify the fair value gap? Is when you have the break past your range, the chop zone, and you have a gap from where the zone used to be and where you want to go. Fair value gaps are very easy to spot, and they're very often appearing in the market. No, this is not the only confluence you should use to take a trade off of, and there's other things besides the fair value gap that causes the market to move. Never get stuck on one confluence, because that will just have you taking more trades than you need to, because every fair value gap that appears in the market is not a tradable fair value gap, and I'm going to explain. When I say every fair value gap is not a tradable fair value gap, price can come back into that range and just sit there and create the same chop that we see here, create this same chop here. It'll just do the same thing in the fair value gap, and it wouldn't go in any direction. So every fair value gap is not a fair value gap you should be looking at. I'm gonna get into inverse fair value gaps in another video. Thank you for watching. It's your boy aka Artie Trades. If you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, catch you in the next one.